Hey guys, I've gotten a lot of questions about number 3, and every time I sit with somebody one-on-one to figure out how to do it, it turns out that they really don't know, like they know what they're supposed to do. They're just letting these big numbers confuse them. So I'm going to kind of get you guys started a little bit. So the first thing you need to look for is there a greatest common factor? There obviously is not for this one. And then you need to check to see, are these special? Like, is the first and the third term, are they perfect squares? And in this case, they're not either. And so now we're going to look to see, is it a quadratic trinomial? It is, because that is quadratic and it has 3 terms. So the last thing we need to look for in this case is A equal to 1? Obviously it's not, right? So you're going to have to use the AC method, and a lot of people are just getting thrown off because there are bigger numbers on here, and it's okay. I know at this point with what's happening at school right now, I mean, we're obviously just using calculators. I know we are. I'm probably using that at home, and I'm okay with that. So that should make this a little easier. So the first thing we need to do is multiply our A times our C. Remember, that'll be 35 times negative 24. So that is negative 840. Let's see. So A times C, is negative 840. So remember, we got to figure out, what do we multiply to get A times C that will add to get B? And in this case, B is 2. So what'll multiply to get negative 840, that'll add to get 2. And I think this is where people are getting stuck, is because they are just not wanting to work with a number that is that big. But remember that that 0 really, it's pretty easy to work with a number that ends in a 0. If I were you guys, while I'm trying to figure out which ones, I would focus mostly on like bigger numbers, that end in a 0. So for example, you could do 10 times 84. But obviously one of those needs to be a negative number because that's a negative 184. So negative 10 and 84, positive 10 and negative 84. No, neither one of those is going to add up to 2. So I'm going to go bigger, and I'm going to say 20. So 20 times positive 42, or positive 20 times negative 42. Either way, those still don't add up to 2. So now I'm going to try 840 divided by 30. So 30 times 28. And look, there, that's going to give it to me, because it's not going to be negative 30 times positive 28, but it's going to be positive 30 times a negative 28. So those are the two numbers that are going to add up to a positive 2, because it's going to be 30 and negative 28. And then remember, the whole point for doing that step is that now that we've got the AC method, we're going to take that original polynomial side of the equation, and we're going to use that 30 and that negative 28b, and we're going to use it to break apart that middle term. So now we have 35b to the second plus 30b minus 28b minus 24. So the whole point of taking that polynomial with 3 terms and turning it into 4 terms is so that now we can factor by grouping, because we have 4 or more terms that have a common factor. So please let me know if you have any other questions, but I think that should be enough of a hint to get you guys moving on in that problem.